This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive. And, as it turns out, the cleanest. Now, the most amazing thing is that that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapour. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I told you! It's raining! That's unbelievable! Oh. NASA's playing God. It's making its own weather.
let's get to Al's favorite story of the day, return of the polar vortex. You want to show that little dance you were doing?
The Vortex dance?
The Vortex dance. Let's show you what we've got going on. I mean, and this is what's so great about weather. I mean, everything is interconnected. We've got the strongest storm on the planet right now approaching the Aleutian Islands. This is Super Typhoon Nuri, and what it's going to do is cause a big buckle in the jet stream. And so what that is allowing now is the jet stream to take a really big dip south further than it normally does. And this semi-permanent polar vortex is going to be allowed to make its way further south, and not just into the plain states, but by the end of next week it will be as far south as northern Florida, and these temperatures are going to affect really over 240 million people. The good news, guys, we don't have any major storms coming across with this brutally cold air, but we are going to be looking at these temperatures hanging in right until next weekend.
All right, and you'll be dancing all next week as well.
Yeah, especially once we start Rokerthon at 10 p.m. here on NBC.
Yes, setting a record. Is that
34 hours in a row doing a weather forecast.
The northern part of the country is starting to feel the first big blast of winter weather tonight, with temperatures below freezing and lots of snow on the way. Here's a satellite image. It shows the dimension of the system as it makes its way down from Canada. Weather Channel meteorologist Mike Seidel is in Forest Lake, Minnesota, with the latest for us. Mike?
Hi, Lester. Good evening from Forest Lake, Minnesota, where the entire landscape is going to change by tomorrow morning. A lot of snow is on the way, and that is going to seriously impact both commutes on Monday. Winter storm warnings are up tonight from Montana to Michigan, and following the storm, the cold air comes in. Temperatures will fall way below average for many days. Take a look at the swath of snow, a lot of it too, as much as a foot in parts of the upper Midwest, and the first flakes of the season in the nearby Twin Cities. And go ahead and pencil in a new record for Minneapolis-St. Paul. Tomorrow, they'll get at least 8 inches. The cold air spills south. Frigid air on Tuesday. Temperatures fall below freezing and stay there for a long time. In Rapid City, where it was in the 50s this afternoon, it'll drop 30 degrees. Then on Tuesday, the Arctic air sweeps south. 75 again tomorrow in Oklahoma City, and again Tuesday. Then crashing into the 40s as we get into Tuesday night and Wednesday. And look how much of the country will be shivering by Thursday, with the first frost and freeze forecast in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Back in this area, the past 3 Novembers combined have been warmer than average, and they've only had 6 inches of snow, but not this month. In fact, next week we're forecasting sub-zero cold. If that does verify, we drop below zero in the Twin Cities. That'll be the first time in November in 17 years.
Let's get to our top story. It's a nasty winter storm once again. Snow and accidents are piling up in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Minnesota, and temperatures are plunging. Dylan Dreyer is bundled up in Forest Lake, Minnesota. Hi, Dylan. Good morning.
Good morning, Matt. Always bundled up. You know, this is day 2 of the snow and ice here in Forest Lake, Minnesota. The ice covering the roads is responsible for hundreds of accidents across the state, and sadly is the cause of at least 2 deaths. Now, parts of the Rockies and the upper Midwest are now covered in a foot of snow, but it's early November, so it's all going to melt away quickly, right? Not quite. Below freezing temperatures are here to stay for a long, long time. Much of the nation's midsection is already frozen, with Minnesota getting the worst of it Monday.
Now back, straighten the wheels out a little bit.
In the Twin Cities, vehicles stranded, a semi-truck jackknifed off a highway. Police reporting hundreds of accidents statewide. South of Minneapolis, entire neighborhoods blanketed by snow. But despite blizzard conditions, some school districts remained open.
I just wanted to stay in bed.
Parts of Wisconsin were slammed by up to 18 inches of snow Monday, more expected today. In South Dakota, snowplows ruled the roads as residents dusted off their shovels and scrapers.
For me, it's a little early, but there's not much we can do.
As the storm moved east overnight, parts of Michigan pummeled with heavy snow. More than a foot is expected before it's over. With nonstop snow and talk of a pre-Thanksgiving polar vortex, people across the country are wondering if this winter could be just as brutal as last year's. That saw record low temperatures and snowfall totals across the Midwest. Already this year, more than a foot of snow has fallen in multiple cities, 6 weeks before the official start of winter. Now, eventually the snow will stop falling, but the temperatures won't. In fact, overnight lows will drop down into the single digits and beyond, and afternoon highs, especially around here, won't get above freezing for at least 2 weeks. And Al, it's not just here. The whole country is going to get cold.
That's right, and it's going to be stretching from the Pacific Northwest, Dylan, all the way to the southeast.
Meantime, if you live on the East Coast, you should enjoy today's weather. The polar vortex is sweeping across the country. You know what? It's going to cause temperatures to plunge. Dylan Dreyer has made her way to Denver as she continues her frigid road trip. Dylan, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt. You know, so much for that old wives' tale, it's too cold to snow, because let me tell you, it is really, really cold here, and it's snowing. We are going to see temperatures today top out around 5 degrees. The all-time record lowest high temperature is 9 degrees, so we'll most likely break that record today. But take a look at just how cold it is here. We've got this lake, and I know the water's not warm, but it's warmer than the 2 degrees we're sitting at right now, and you can see that steam rising up off the lake as that warm air rises. Now, this is all part of that huge Arctic air mass that has dumped feet of snow in parts of Michigan. It's also produced about a foot and a half of snow through Montana, through parts of Wisconsin, and it's also caused damaging wind gusts back through Washington State and into Oregon, where downed trees and power lines have really knocked out power to tens of thousands of people. Now, back here in Denver, again, it is going to be about 50 degrees below average, but we'll start to warm up by Friday. But Al, that's when this Arctic air mass makes its way towards your neck of the woods.
That's right. And Dylan, we've seen the white parka, we've seen the red parka yesterday. Now you got the pink puffer. Are you running out of coats?
I'm running out of coats. I'm running out of hats, coats, gloves, hot packs, everything.
All right, we'll try to get a care package out to you. All right, Dylan Dreyer, thanks so much. Sadly, unfortunately, I think Dylan's going to be on the road for a while, because we're not going to see a break in this Arctic Express. It's going to continue moving in. In fact, as you look at these temperatures right now, 5 in Casper, 19 in North Platte, currently Cleveland at 40, Nashville 50, that's 11 degrees below average, and then tomorrow morning, Kansas City will be at 19, New Orleans 50, Dallas at 29 degrees, that's 18 degrees above average. High temperatures, not much better, anywhere from 20 to 50 degrees below average, and then early Friday morning, it continues. We are going to look at 29 degrees for a low in Atlanta. The high in Atlanta only 48. Chicago 33. That's 16 degrees below average. Plus, coming up in the next half hour, we're going to be talking about the lake effect snow machine cranking up a foot of snow or more heading into the Great Lakes. And there's another lobe of the Polar Express coming in next week. Wow. So we got a lot to talk about on hashtag Rokerthon.
I was going to say, going to be up all night already. Conserve your energy, Al.
We're getting more and more people in here.
Oh, we're on. I forgot. We're streaming.
We are streaming right now. We are streaming. Yes, right. You know, in fact, earlier today, I was streaming live. They left my mic on while I was in the bathroom.
Oh, really streaming live?
Yeah. So yes. I did my best Frank Drebin from Naked Gun. It was pretty fantastic.
You are rocking it, Al.
Well, we're having a good time.
You're holding up, buddy.
What are you eating? Are you eating something?
I'm having some jerky. I had some.
We don't have any cards. Yes.
Artist of the Month for tomorrow.
Okay, and we will be there when you get your
boom.
Oh, so you know where I'm not going to Key West. I'm going to Key Largo.
That's close enough. That's a key. It's all right. It's fine.
Northern.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yes.
It's in Florida. It's close enough.